So staying at the beginning, a couple other things that I just wanted to ask about in regards to like the environment that we had. I mean, one thing, like we said before, we didn't know any better in the market, right? So while probably everyone around us at all these different offices were like all gloom and doom because they were used to it being way up here and now it's way down here and this is all we knew. We were just having fun making money.
Right. Yeah.
Screwing around, right?
Yeah, ignorance was bliss for sure.
Right.
Yeah, because we didn't know. And you'd hear other offices and you talk to other people and talk how you'd have all these negative Nancy's or whatever within their office. But we'd come back and, I mean, that's one thing that's probably brought us through too, is just the camaraderie that we have. Just that we're all, pretty tight-knit, and the fact that we spur each other on and encourage each other, and we're positive, we're optimistic, overly optimistic probably, but we, during the whole time, I mean, when people are like, oh, numbers don't look as good as, years past, and I'm used to making, money easier. For us, we're like, hey, we're making money. We're off, it's like, hey, we got, 10 deals, 13 deals, 14 deals on the board. Let's keep cranking. Yeah. So we were excited and used that momentum really to keep pushing us further. Yeah.
I thought we were just reminded of this, but when we were starting, it was really kind of us three were kind of the core. Seth came on shortly after, but I remember you and Tony doing some little competitions with each other at the beginning. I don't even remember what it was for, if it was for getting deals or making calls or what it was, but at the end of the week, whoever won had to buy the other a 12-pack of Coke or something like that. And that kind of stuff, like, do you feel like that internal kind of that support, that camaraderie, learning together and having fun, was that pretty important to you at the beginning?
Yeah, it was. I mean, just more so because of the type of guys that we are competitive so it's fun and competitive in a fun way. So it was fun doing stuff like that. All right, make your who's gonna make the most calls this week and buy your other 12-pack, or you threw out a couple phones on the floor and just yeah. So you're asking about just spurring each other on and just kind of how that helped at the beginning stages of our careers. And yeah, the friendly competition was great for us. I mean, we fed off each other, and yeah, you want to be the guy that has, more deals than another guy or whatever, but we are also super open. It's like, oh, who are you currently working with? Where do they come from? What about passing? And it's like, pass some information to me, or, hey, this great property came up on the market. I don't think I have a buyer for it, but you should definitely take a look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of that has gone on with our company, which is great, just open source of the information.
Yep.
Where it's like, it's like this hot property came up. You were telling me yesterday, this buyer looking for in this neighborhood. You should definitely take a peek at it. Yeah. That's been key. Just being nobody's like holding their fist tight and not and keeping information to themselves. We're all looking to grow and help each other out. So that's been key. That's been one of the great parts about it. And vice versa, just bouncing ideas, or hey, you do this. Why don't you do this? Or here, I'll email you the template for this postcard that I like to send out. And a lot of that stuff, I sent out these postcards and it worked great. We got some good responses. I did open house and I did this. You should try that. Yeah. So that information going back and forth throughout the years has been key as well.
Let's zoom forward then to today. You're having record year. You're doubling your business, more than doubling your income. What you're gonna wind up around 35 deals. Where are those all coming from?
Yeah, majority is still going to be Sphere,
okay.
And then just supplemented through online stuff. So
same as
before.
You've just been continuing to push the same.
Yeah, right.
Same groups, and it's all of a sudden it's just poof.
I mean, it's been great. I mean, obviously there's a spin-off. The more people I work with, the more friends and coworkers they have that refer me. So that's always going to continue to get bigger. As long as I tell them from the front end, it's like, hey, my goal is not just to sell you home and move on. My goal is to give you awesome service that you're telling your friends, your coworkers, your family members about about your experience working with me, so that you refer me to them. So that's the key. I mean, I dropped that seed right at the beginning with that, and just try to win them over and try and give them great service. Try to get back to them quickly, and just be able to get them a great deal on property or be able to sell their home quickly for a great price, and then just be able from there, wait for them to kind of repay the favor of sorts. Just or just be excited about the whole process of it. I can't wait to tell the next person they hear that's looking to buy or looking to sell.
Yeah, sweet. So let's talk expenses real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
You've got if you close 35 homes this year. I haven't even looked at your numbers in regards to how much you're making, but it's got to be close to 200,000 or so, something around.
Sure, yeah, just under.
So, what are your expenses like? I mean, some people you hear are these realtors that are, I'm $1 million real estate agent because I get $1 million in commission coming in, but they have a team of 8 people underneath them, and they spend $950,000.
Right. Yeah.
So their actual profit is like 50.
Right.
So what are the real numbers for you? And we don't have them right in front of us, but you know them in your head roughly what they're at because you just brought an assistant, right?
Yep. Part-time assistant.
All right. So Hannah's part-time.
Yep.
So you've got that expense, and then I know you still do some online advertising, but that's a shared expense, right?
Yeah, it has been a shared expense. I've taken the full load now, but yeah. And so I'm always. Every 6-8 months or so, I'm looking at my numbers and just kind of tweaking it, as far as my online advertising dollars are going, just to make sure that I'm still getting a good return on the investment. The way the internet goes, things change in a heartbeat. So something that might be working, and we've dabbled with a handful of things throughout the years. What I'm doing now, with focusing more on Zillow and Trulia, is totally different than what we did 6 years ago when we started.
Yeah, right.
And because it's always. The internet's always changing, and so you got to make sure you can't really put it on autopilot for too long and expect to see the same results. So every 6-8 months or so, I tweak that and look at it that way. So I would say I spend between $400 and $800 on online marketing. You
built it up to that too, right? It wasn't always that, right?
Right. No, it wasn't always that from the get-go.
So right now it's $400 to $800. So that. What was it? So should we say 600 is an average?
Yeah, we can average it out at 6. That's fine.
So you're spending about 7,000 or so on online leads, and you've got Hannah now as a part-time assistant. So she's 20 hours a week, about $12 an hour, something like that. $11 an hour. So she's about 11,000 a year. So your expenses are around 19,000, 20. Let's say 20,000.
Yep. Plus additional some for newsletters I send out. I took. Bus of people down to Milwaukee for a Brewer game. That was a few $100s. A lot of the stuff it's split between. I have a lender or ask other people that come in and share some of the costs that way too. So another $2,000, $3,000 maybe at most for current client or sphere.
So you're between 20 and 25. You're probably around 23, 25, somewhere in that range. So you're still doing pretty good. You still kept the vast majority of your money.
Yeah, right.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So, sweet. So, well, I appreciate you sharing that information with me. And what are you looking to do next year?
Yeah, next year. This year 35. I like to be in the 40s next year. I feel like I wasn't able to keep my customer service up to my par, and I kind of have high standards for that with how busy I got this past summer with not having an assistant. So the number one reason for hiring an assistant because I want to keep that up to par. So
looking at 2014, you plan on just naturally...
2013.
We're way ahead. We're so far ahead of the
time. I don't
times.
plan that far out. Are you going to ask me what my 5-year plan is? Starting with year 2.
All right, so looking to next year, whatever year it is, 2013, your plan is to get up to grow 10% or more, and do that through providing great customer service, continue to build those areas, and so you brought Hannah on to help make sure that you maintain your standard.
Yeah, really, I'd like to scale back on my online advertising and just, the ultimate goal is to be like by referral only, like just through your sphere and through being out there. So that's the ultimate goal. So I think I'll be able to either maintain or if not scale back a little bit on my online advertisement, and then just put in a lot of the systems that we're getting through Realty Executives to help maintain and grow my current sphere and make sure I'm getting touch points out to them and staying top of mind with them. So
awesome. And you're still getting like 80-90% or more of your business from Sphere, right?
Yeah, I'd say 80. Yeah, probably
80%. Okay, so that's strong. We just continue to build that. So,
yeah,
sweet.
right.
All right. Well, thanks for sitting down, Matt.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
it, man.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.